Hello, hello. Hi, welcome. I'm that witch Karina here at the Witches Inn, mystic, professional witch, intuitive tarot reader, and of course, your identity alchemy coach, the one and only. I am coming to you live today to talk about this beautiful Virgo new moon that is happening September 14th. Did you know about it? Did you know that we're in Virgo season? Have you been trying to clear and declutter and make sense of the chaos that is your life at this time? Yeah, Virgo season will do that to you. So, of course, we had that beautiful blue moon in Pisces on August 30th and 31st. And we are 2 weeks out from that now. So, we are really in this space. Hello, Christina. How are you? We are really in the space where, like, that Virgo energy is really, really kicking up. Like, we are in a time space energy where it's like, yeah, like I really want you to see yourself. I really want you to be in this place where, sorry, every time I come live, I get this like itch. My nose ring just came out. All right. Great. Live, guys. This is what it's all about. So just really getting organized and really like clearing out old versions of self, right? Like if you've never done an energetic clearing of your space or who you are, right? An energetic release, now would be a really good time so that on the 14th, when you are deciding to kind of like step into a new chapter, a new version of who you may be, or just claiming, right? I don't think it's new. It's claiming that vision of who we know we are and embracing it more or less. You kind of you've let go, right? Like you've let go of what's coming or what's kind of holding you back. So I know for me, my dream activity, and like I'm talking to folks over on Instagram who have been telling me that they have been experiencing extremely prophetic dreams. Like things like even myself, like I'm having dreams like on Thursday night that I had like 6 people book with me, like boom, boom, boom. And I like ended up talking to this person in my dream that I hadn't talked to in a long time. And like that all kind of like came to be in on Friday. And I was like, okay, so it's very important that I like pay attention to what's happening in these dreams and even the conversations that I'm having in my waking life and really kind of looking at them through a little bit of a critical lens or a critical view to be like, do I actually believe what is being said here? Like, is this something that holds truth for me? Because I want you to remember we are in Mercury retrograde as well, right? So we do have like a lot of planets kind of in retrograde right now. I believe there's 6 or 7. Venus did go direct, so we're getting a little bit of a break from that. We're still in the shadow period, but like the worst of it is over. And so we do have Mercury, and it is in an air sign. It is focused in an air sign right now, and it loves being in an air sign, right? Mercury is it is beautiful. So it's in um actually it might be back in Virgo now because it goes retrograde like in Libra and then transitions into Virgo. So either way, though, it's really kicking up again, like how we kind of identify with our community and the communication and balance that happens there, right? Like, am I biting off a little bit more than I can actually chew when it comes to my community, right? Because even though I believe in energy vampires, even though I believe obviously in narcissists and stuff, I also deeply believe and want you to remember that we are in control of the energy we allow around us. And sometimes it's harder for us to say no, but it's a really good time to start practicing your no. No, I don't believe that. No, I don't want to get involved in that. No, that energy is not for me. And that no does not have to be an outward no. If especially if you know that that person, place, or thing will react poorly to it, right? Like, something that I've definitely learned is that, like, just because someone is going like, "Oh yeah," like, doesn't necessarily mean that they're agreeing with you. It could just be that they're keeping their peace. And so it's something that you can practice yourself if it's someone that you're not really sure of energy wise, or you're just kind of in this place that's like, yeah, I don't really know what I think about that, but you don't really want to say that to someone like, oh yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, like being in this place of this new moon energy and just coming into deeper communication with self and deeper communication around the communities that we are in, it's very important to recognize, what am I actually buying into? What am I agreeing to with my energy or my words? And how can I make sure that I create boundaries there? How can I be sure that I don't just blindly follow what needs to be followed, or what I feel the expectation of someone else might be of me? So yeah. Ruby Dog is saying, oh my God, you have no idea. Yeah, I do. I do have an idea, because it's happening here too. And know that if you are meeting like past versions of yourself and they're really there, like yesterday I was having a conversation with a friend about just some people, right? Some people that I'm talking to that I used to entertain. And now I'm like, oh, this is really boring. And like, I don't actually like, I want substance. Like, I want to be in conversation with people that we're going to have a conversation. Like, it's, yeah, obviously, like if you're just kind of like bypassing someone, having, oh, hi, how are you? Da, 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 da. But if that's like a conversation that I'm having like over and over and over again with someone, like, hey, hi, how are you? Like, and that's it. Like, that ain't it for me. That's not something I want to be giving my time, space, energy to, because I like depth. I like substance. And it's not saying that those people are bad or those, like, that's wrong. It's just knowing like, this is what I want. This is what I crave in my life. And I'm going to allow that to be there. And so I am meeting a lot of this and going, oh, interesting. And like I said, it seems very prophetic what is coming through over this last week or so. So the energy of the new moon, this is interesting. Like, let's see what's coming up with regards to the energy of this new moon. What is it holding for us? What is it asking us really to like step in to? So let's see. 8 of Wands. It is time to move on. It is time to kind of see the opportunities that are at our door, right? What community collaborations are there? What higher self kind of community collaborations are coming through for you? Nice. At the beginning of September, I had the Four of Pentacles as the energy. And here it comes back again, being in this place of like, okay, so as we have this really quick movement happening in and around us, can we remind ourselves of the stability that we crave with regards to our energy? So just because, like, I don't know, I'm picturing myself like standing on the medium line on a highway and like these cars like zooming past me, right? But being in this place of like, no, like I don't have to panic. I don't have to worry that like I'm not reliable enough, or that I won't have the energy, that I won't da 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 da. Like, it's making sure that we're going, okay, these are the opportunities that are presenting themselves. I don't have to do everything at once. I don't have to go into everything at once. I really can be in this place where I'm moving forward, but also growing deep in my root system and feeling that stability of my inner groundedness coming forward. I would say as well that these opportunities are going to bring you more financial or energetic, abundant stability. To me, this does feel financial. Okay. This does feel like new things are coming, and that like they're moving fast, they're going to open your energy, but also they're creating like it's like what we had on the September forecast. If you haven't seen it, like go back and watch it, where it's like it is this death and rebirth, right? How can I come into stability with this fast moving energy, knowing that it's actually creating better groundedness for me? So I'll use an example from my life. This year in 2023, I have noticed that the vendor shows that I was previously doing aren't as like lucrative as they used to be for myself. And that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I do remember saying to myself last November on my birthday that I wanted to be offering more events. I wanted to be like, if I can sit in a workshop for 2 hours and make the same amount of money that I would be doing at an 8-hour vendor show, and people are going to be getting more substance from what I'm offering them, then why wouldn't I do that? I then have now 22 hours left in my day to do whatever I want to do. Or I guess I do prepare an hour before, and then I take some time after to, like decompress or whatever. But still, like, those hours are mine. So I have 22 hours left of my day, and I've made an equivalent amount of money. Why wouldn't I allow that support and that stability to be here? And this like feels like a really good time. Like, if you are struggling with your energy capacity, if you are struggling with like new opportunities coming and you feeling very overwhelmed, and you kind of can't break through this abundance bubble that you might be in, where take my Rich Witch Money Portal. Like, it is dropped in spellbinding workshops. It is $44. And I promise you, it will help you see, because it helped me see. This is like the thing that I created that really kind of solidified, this is where I want to be going. This is what I want to be doing. This is the energy I want to be holding, is like and then I put it all in a program for you. So and if you can't find it, email me. I'm happy to set it up for you. So yeah. And those of us that live at a distance get to benefit too. Yeah. Yeah. So it is one of those things where, again, even within that, like, thank you. It allows for me to reach more people. It allows me to be in this space where it's not just concentrated on a local market, which is fine. Again, I love connecting with people all over, right? Like in my direct community or in my community at large. But like this Four of Pentacles last year on my birthday, it really was like, I said to myself, I'm picking calm. So even, and like, calm to me is the excitement of new opportunities coming. It is this place of like, okay, I can still be welcoming open energy, right? Abundant energy, while being in a place that is deeply rooted, that is taking control of my energetic capacity and allowing that frequency of abundance to flow in for me, right? I kind of love that I like wore this shirt today that says take it easy, because that really is what it is. Like, I make money just to exist. It doesn't matter. I will be supported. I know that. That is what this new moon is saying, right? Like, again, evaluate. Please evaluate the energy that you are putting out. If it's like, this is draining in a way that's not like going to be rewarding, or there's the anticipation of award happening, don't step into it. Okay, Spirit's pulling me now. So we might just stick with these Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, because this is coming through. So I had this conversation on Saturday with someone who was talking to me about manifestation, because I am seeing myself as someone who just manifests the shit out of my life, right? Like, literally this Eight of Wands can be happening around me. And I'm like, yes. And I've always been that person. I've always been like in a place of calm. Go to Karina. She will figure it out. I needed to learn how to translate that energy into my day-to-day life, right? So that the day-to-day goings on didn't create chaos in my body, so that I wasn't just manifesting a good outcome in moments of chaos, in moments of emergency, or in moments of like high cortisol levels, right? Nervous system upset. Where this person was asking me, okay, so if I'm practicing affirmations, I get it. Like, it goes super, super quickly. However, when I add witchcraft into this, it really upsets me. It really, like, all of a sudden, all the shadowy stuff begins to come forward. Okay. So we have this beautiful mind of affirmations that can make things happen, moving from a masculine point of view. But when I put witchcraft in it, when I put a tangible item in front of me, all of a sudden, my shadow stories really start to come to the surface, and I find it harder to manifest. All right. So what I told this person is that, yeah, because it's easier to manifest from the mind than to step into the body, right? But there's going to be some point in your journey that's going to ask you to step out of the mind and begin stepping into the body, so that the body can actually hear what it is that you want, what it is that you're craving or that you're longing for, in order to create stability, right? Because an affirmation without the body behind it is like winning the lottery, right? It's like, oh yeah, okay. And I can win the lottery over and over and over and over and over and over again. But unless I incorporate the body with it, it's not going to feel overall sustainable. So now that this person has moved that energy from the mind into the body's going, hey, I kind of feel like the mind is tricking me a little bit, sending me on this thing that doesn't feel sustainable. It doesn't feel like it's going to be rooted, because I haven't really done a lot of work with it. It's like, okay, also during those affirmations, the person told me I got super excited. Right. So you're spiking your cortisol levels, you're spiking your nervous system. And when you do that, it becomes a place of lack or desperation. I really needed this to come through. And so I threw out some affirmations, and I threw out a little bit of witchcraft or whatever, and it came through. And I really, really needed that. Where if we switch that perspective from I really need this, to this is my birthright. This is something I get all the time. This is something that just continues to build for me and create for me. I'm happy it's happening, because I see my value that I give to others now reflected back to me. But it's not a moment of desperation for myself, We need to start with the mind and then we drop into the body. We need to start with the mind to know what is possible. Pardon me. But then we drop into the body to allow that to be sustainable, to root us in. This is where we truly go from a lack or desperation mindset. I need to fix my life to, wow, look at what I've made possible. I can make this sustainable and I can continue to allow this to happen. I don't need to put as much energy and effort into changing my outcome, into changing my reality, because it's already there. I can just sink into it, allow the stories that come up, and in my mind go, is this true? And if not, thank you for showing me how far I've come. I'm going to walk you out the door and I'm going to leave you there, because I don't need you anymore. I don't need to survive. I've come from into a place of thrival. Mind, I'm switching my circumstance. Body, I'm created grounded action, sustainable action. I've changed who I am. I've alchemized, as above, so below. We need that key component. And witchcraft brings us into that tangible key component of so below, because it's there. We can see it and we can move through it. And if you haven't signed up for Witching 101, there's still time. We start September 18th. Okay. Wow. And I love this as like the final card, the world. See that ending in yourself. See that shift from survival into thrival. And I'm not saying that it's going to be all aspects of your life, but whatever aspect you're working on right now, whatever part of that spiral of healing that you're in, especially with Mercury retrograde, especially with this new moon, right? Can I be in a place where I'm like, maybe past experiences are coming up to me, but I'm like, yeah, that actually doesn't affect me the way that it used to. I'm actually in a much better place. I can be standing in the middle of that highway as everything is zooming past me and go like, this has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with me. I can be in a place of watching chaos and feel grounded and know what action is appropriate for me to take and when. The fixed signs, they're fixed, they're stubborn. Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio, right? We are in a Leo new moon. We are in a Leo moon right now, heading into that Virgo moon. So like within this fixed sign over Tuesday and Wednesday, as we're in this moon, where are you kind of being stubborn around allowing things to end? Again, it doesn't need to be a big ending. Like it doesn't need to be an Aries, light the match, throw it, boom, let it light up. But like this ending can be a way of just gently and compassionately being like, wow, this past version of myself really got me to where I am now. But I'm at a point where I can say thank you to them and allow them to live peacefully in our new existence, instead of having those like triggers or that talk or that chatter coming forward constantly. Within this world too, what like I like that it's the world. What do you want your world to look like? Like that would be a great journal prompt for the new moon. What do you want your world to look like? Knowing that like there are multiple degrees of community within that. Community to self, loyalty to self, community to our immediate circle, whatever that might look like, your family, your place of origin, your partner, maybe a few really, really close friends, your community, like as in your neighborhood, where you go? Like, are you going to the bodega or the corner store all the time and like you have a good relationship with them? Like they know you, you know them. You know, I have dogs, or I have a dog. We had dogs, and people know us from our dogs. So we talk a lot. Like, how are you taking care and what do you want that to look more of? If you have a business, what does that community look like? How are you taking care of them just as they are taking care of you and your needs, right? And moving out and moving out and moving out. In the world, how do you want your imprint to be as a community member in the world? What are you maybe giving up but and bringing in? Where can't you give up things but you're creating more sustainability over here, right? Like ask yourself, what do I want the world, my world, to look like? You are the main character. And where am I being stubborn with my energy, or where is ego trying to keep me in a place of safety that I don't need to worry about safety there anymore. I've already proven to myself that like I'm a good community member to me, right? Because we're living with all different versions of self. Okay. And this in this new moon will help you jump, because I'm going to tell you right now, September is a time of that reflection, of that death to rebirth. Where have I been? Where am I going? October, bananas. It's going to be amplified. We have a Leo new moon and an Aries full moon. And Scorpio season is going to be bananas, Bananas. These last 4 months are really going to show you all the work that you have done over these last few years. Okay, so let's see. Just a final energy. This is Healing with Angels by Doreen Virtue. I am so excited for Witching 101. I can't believe that it's starting next week. Ugh, so exciting. Okay, we have 2 cards here. So Serenity and New Beginnings. I like mimicking these cards. Where can I find serenity in order to help me create a new world? This is actually a bouquet, but when you kind of just quickly look at it, she has the world in her hands. Where can I create greater peace and understanding in my world so that I can actually welcome this new beginning? What do you want your world to look like? What do you want your world to look like? Go from there. Go from there. Woo! All right, my dears. If you want to work with me one-on-one, again, check the links. I do have a new podcast out, the Unhinged Awakening podcast. We are talking all things paranormal. It's where I got my beginning. I love it. If you want to be on it, or if you have a ghost or paranormal story that you want to share, email me at the.witch.in@gmail.com. Let me know listener stories or ghost stories or whatever. I would love to read your message out. I would love to have you on as like a guest. And it's the perfect little pairing for spooky season that we're in right now. So let me know. Again, one-on-ones, they're all down below. I'm That Witch Karina. It's been such a pleasure connecting with you today. Until next time, bye.